We want to thank all of you for being here tonight, and you're welcome to stay for the rest of our meeting. But if this is this would be a good occasion if you want to leave, if you haven't had dinner yet, or if your children need to do some homework. But thank you for being here. Merry Christmas to everyone.
Email. She's there? Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen her. I'll tell you what she wants. Come on, cool. Oh, yeah. She wants y'all to change the curriculum. She's not here. She's your friend, not mine. Did you get one?
Okay, we'll move along with the agenda. Next item is public comment. Do we have anyone for public comment?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you not have your sheet?
I do.
Okay.
If you will please introduce yourself, and you will have 3 minutes, and our Mr. Blair will be the timekeeper. Thank you very much for being here.
Well, thank you for having me. Can you hear me? Okay. Nicole Revels, and I am here today to ask that an item be included on the next meeting's agenda. Basically, I would like for there to be some discussion and vote on amending the current county policy on curriculum adoption. Currently, the policy for the county states that we will adopt whatever curriculum the state board suggests, which is not actually mandated within our general statutes in North Carolina. North Carolina is a local control state, which means that we highly value giving the input of our local boards and control of our local boards over the curriculum. And so I think that we are abdicating a little bit of our authority and representation to state in our own policies that we will do what it is that is suggested by the state. Now, I sent all of the members here an email recently with some questions that I had about the Common Core standards and the attached curriculum that have been implemented. Recently, we saw a drastic decline in test scores since for last year, since the standards and the curriculum was adopted. I received very little response to my email, and so I was hoping that maybe some of you would want to address some of these aspects today. But I wonder why it is that we have felt the need to adopt these standards and curriculum that were never field tested prior to their implementation in the public schools, that were created without the input of any K through 3 grade teachers, and they were created without input from child developmental psychologists, many of whom, after the fact that they had begun implementation in the states, have made the determination that a lot of these standards are detrimental for younger grades because of the fact that they are not developmentally appropriate with what the brain development for children ages K through 3. Now, it has been said by many officials that we just need to give it time, since we saw the drop in test scores, in order for the teachers to adjust to this method of teaching and for the children to become accustomed to what it is that they're learning in the higher standards. However, in the states that have adopted these standards and the attached curriculum years prior to North Carolina have not seen the benefits that are claimed that we will see years later. So I wonder why it is that we are not looking at the fact that many of our children are now being used as guinea pigs for a system that has not shown benefits, that has not been field tested prior to its implementation. Also attached to this, I had several questions about the Pearson Power School program, the data hub that we are using to store our children's information. Now, the Pearson Power School program, I don't see any real benefit that is worth the risks that it presents, because the only benefit that I have been told is the benefit of us using this is that all of the students' information is in one place and easily accessible. However, I am sure that we could find a more local system to use for this purpose, because this national program stores the information of every student, including their bus route, their address, their test scores, psychological information, behavioral records, social security number. All of this information on every child going through our public school system is accessible to a national organization who it is surely that they would have conflict of interest for advertisers. Thank you for giving me this time to hear me out. I hope that I will receive some greater response to some of the questions that I've presented.
Thank you. Thank you, Mrs. Revels.
I've got a question. Could you make available all what you shared tonight to us? All? You good? Okay. Thank you.
I can send an email.
Okay. That'll be great. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Revels, for being here. Next, we're going to move on with the agenda, and next is our 2012-2013 audit report. And CPA from Boggs, Crump, and Brown CPAs, Robert Brown, is going to be here to present that. So, Mr. Brown, if you'll come forward, we'd appreciate your presentation.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.